Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500, and welcome back to the new project. Haven't decided on a name yet, although I think I might have. This is day one. This is a few hours after we did the walk around. Battery has been on charge for those few hours, and it hasn't moved off the first bar on the charger, so I think the battery's Donald ducked, basically. But first thing I need to do, I can't really put the new glass in because we haven't got any power. I haven't got a battery to put in it, although I have got some old batteries. I might try one of those. I need to hoover up the glass first of all, get rid of that, it's nasty. So let's get on, let's get it started, let's get this glass hoovered up. And hopefully, within about 10 or 15 minutes into this video, we might get it running. You never know, a little bit longer than that. But I think in this video, we should hopefully get it all running, and so we can move it, which will be nice. Let's go. So obviously it's all on the floor down there, it's all in the door pocket down there, obviously it's all going to be in the bottom of the door, it's all here, it's absolutely everywhere. So I'm going to leave this on for the time being because as I say, I'm going to try an old battery. I've got them, they were charged but they've been sitting around for days, no not days, sorry, they've been sitting around for months, so I'd imagine they're probably discharged. So I will try one. I haven't got another charger to charge it up because I need to. If I can get, actually, I could attach the top don to it, couldn't I? And then I could, because basically I need to make the window go up and down so I can fit the new glass in. So yeah, actually I'm going to try that. Found these two old batteries. The other one is completely dead. This one has got 30% health and 42% charge, so it should be enough if I connect that up to wind the window down, at least be able to test the window. That way we can get the glass in, which would be nice, because obviously I've got to get the thing about halfway down, feed the glass in, and then get it to clip in, and then obviously test it. So hopefully that will be sufficient. So we'll open the bonnet up and we'll get that connected up and hope for the best. Right, we managed to get it turned on with a screwdriver. Obviously it's coming up with the lock symbol down there because the key, of course, is here. And the ring that reads the key is here. I wonder if I put the key in that ring, I wondered if it would actually, if I turn that off, I don't know how I did it now. I don't really want to turn it off because I'm trying to do the window. Yeah, I can't turn it off now. Oh, bugger. Yeah, I was wondering whether that would actually start. Maybe I need a bigger screwdriver because it's just sort of turning in there. Oh yeah, I managed to get it off. Right, let's try and turn it on again. There you go. Yeah, the lock symbol's gone out, look. So I reckon if I turn that key now, I reckon it will start. There's not an awful lot of power in this battery. Let's try it. No, it won't do it. No. But yeah. That's going to work now, isn't it? So I don't reckon we're going to need a new key once I've got the new... well, it depends on whether that lock is broken or not. I should try it, really. But actually, where is it? I'll try it now. What the hell have I done with it? Where's it gone? Oh, there it is. So if I take this out, let's get it on the tripod and we'll try it. We'll give it a go. So it really all depends on whether this bit... Can we get the key in it first of all? Let's try that. Yeah. So I don't think... They haven't destroyed this lock, I don't think. So that should come out. If I need the screwdriver that I've done this with, so we just, hopefully you can see this, depress that. Hang on, do we do that? There you go. So I'm not sure whether that's part of it or not. It seems quite free, and it locks back into position once you take that out. So I don't know. If I take that off, no, I'm not sure it's actually... don't know. I think there's a bit missing, which I would have sort of expected to see sitting in the car. Don't know. It won't turn though. I'll try it again once I actually get the thing off. But I'm not going to throw it away just now because it might work. It might work. But we got the power on for the minute anyway. That's the important thing. So we need to get going on this window. So let's yeah, let's give it a go. Right. I can never remember whether it's best to do it from inside or outside. I think outside, feed it in from outside, I think. Right, I need to find, without needling on bits of glass, where is it? Can't even see it. Oh, right down the bottom there. Right, it looks as if it's intact. So I'm going to spray it up first with a bit of washing up liquid, just so it helps to lube it up. There's about right. Okay. Right, let's get this glass in, if we can. Never remember which way round you do it. I think you feed it in from the front. I think we need to move that right down first. Okay. And we need to get that into the channel. Which it won't do. Right, if we go past the clip, there we go, past the clip, feed it in from the bottom, so it goes into the channel. We should be in the channel that side. Let's get a torch. So we're in that channel. We're in that channel, and then we need to make sure, I don't know how much of this you can see, that needs to be pushed over so the black plastic clip is in that channel. So if you don't do that, when it gets up a little bit further, it will tip forward. So that should hopefully be it. So if we go up on there now, It's not quite clicked in. There we go, that's in. That should do, that should work now. Yes, just like that, look at that. Getting good at this. There's no glass stuck in the track. Don't think, there might be a little bit. Maybe at the top. Might be at the top. There's a little crunch as it gets to the very top. Can't find any in there. Don't know, maybe not. Let's wind it back up again. Oh no, that's all right. Oh, it's when it goes down. There's something stuck somewhere. Yeah, it's definitely a bit stuck somewhere. Can't see where it is. It's probably in here somewhere. We'll find it. We got loads more hoovering of glass out anyway. Right, I think what we're going to do is going to put that up, and then we'll get the ignition. Really goes thump, doesn't it? It might be because we haven't got all the guides and that in. That could be the reason. Actually, should we do that with a window down? Probably. Might be something to do with that. Don't know if it is or not. Whoa. Something somewhere. Okay, what we are going to do is take the steering wheel off. Airbag, steering wheel, get the rest of that broken piece off and see if we can get it going. So I don't know whether there's enough power in that battery, but we're going to do what we can to get it running. And hopefully using the existing lock. That's what I'm hoping. Oh, I've got to release them in. If I can. There we go. It's funny having it locked when there's no ignition. Get the bottom off? No, just the bottom to go. I wasn't sure whether that had popped off or not. There we go. There we go. We got a smaller screwdriver. Yeah, it's in the ignition, isn't it? We can take that out. Get that out. And the other one. And that one. There we go. Then we can put that to one side. Steering wheel. I've done this so many times now. One tool I forgot to get, which was the one to take the clock spring off. Everything else I knew exactly what I needed, and I came prepared to the car from the garage. Except for that one tool. The joys of doing the same car over and over again. And we just need to undo that. Feed the wires through. And that's that steering wheel off. And we need to take the top cowling off, which is luckily not broken. The bottom one was broken a little bit, but we've glued it back together again. It's just where the screws go in. It only broke on one side, so it was easy to screw it back together. It should be all right once it's back on. There we go, that's that one. Oh, drop the screw. That's that. Now we need to get the clock spring off out of the way. So I'll just go and get that one Torx that I forgot. I have got, actually, you know what? What if I could do it with this? If I can find, saves me going into the garage. I'm just being lazy now. No, let's go into the garage, it's a bit awkward with that. I'll just put me in. Right, we're back. Okay. Bolt up there, I know where it is. There we go. Undo it a bit, don't need to go mad. And then that should just pull off. Can be a bit stubborn sometimes. Give it a wiggle, there you go. And then we unplug those. And when you put those in, you don't need to worry, because you can't put them in the wrong ones, they only fit in the one it should go in. As I say, this is really easy job. I know I've done it a lot, but as I said in the walk around video, that if you want to get into doing the cars, this is a really good place to start. There we go. Right, get the clock spring out of the way. One day I'll do a video just on doing this, which will really help people, I think. We need to get the plug out of there. Plug or plugs, whatever it is. Oh, come out. Plugs, plural. Quite tricky to get out of these sometimes, just squeezing the sides, that's it, and we get that right out of the way. Now, what I always say is it's a lot easier, bearing in mind this is broken, it's a lot easier if you bash it. However, I don't know, I'm not, obviously can't reuse that, but I don't know whether I'm going to be able to reuse the bits that are in there. Now, I'm not sure you can actually take them out, so the only reason I'm doing that is so I can reuse that. But I might be able to reuse that on the other one, possibly. I'm not sure whether it's broken. I don't think it's broken, because I think a bit just slots in there. So, because that would make life a lot easier and would save me having to use the other the lock set I've just bought. So I'm going to make a bit of noise now. I'm going to cut a little slot. Actually, let's break this off first, as I said. Yeah, all bits of it all falling out. There we go. Just gets it out of the way when I'm trying to make those cuts. So I've moved on from where I used to just unscrew. Now what I do is I cut a slot and then I tap it round, like someone on the channel, one of my subscribers suggested that was a good way of doing it, and that's how I do it now. So we've cut a bit of a slot. Oh, his battery's nearly had it. Oh, we'll need a new battery. Right, continue. Right, that should hopefully be enough. And then we use a screwdriver and a hammer. Could do with a bit of a torch so we can actually see it moving. It's a little bit time consuming, but it does work. It's better than trying to unscrew. Once you get it moving, he says. Can't see. I'm going to try and unscrew it initially, this one. No, see, you haven't got a deep enough cut to unscrew. I'm going to put this. There we go, that's better. Why is it not moving? Oh, there we go. There we go. So once you get it moving, can hopefully get a screwdriver on it. It's just getting that first bit moving. Let's use the thinner one. Get my knees out of the way. Why is that not moving? There we go. If you can get a screwdriver, oh, there we go. Once you've got that, you can then get your fingers on it and unscrew it. That's the first one done. Right, so this is the upgraded metal one. As you can see there, you've got that piece that it goes onto. And I don't know whether this will actually work. I think it will, you know. I think that's the bit. So I'm going to try it. Where's the key? Got the key in my pocket. I've got a feeling this is going to work. I think this lock is intact. So I'm not even going to need the lock set. So I'm going to try it here now with you. So that will go on. I'm going to make sure we get it around the right way, of course. I think it'll only go in one way. Yes! Oh my god! Take the key out and it locks. So, what we're going to do is plug these in, and then we'll use the new shear bolts. As I say, this does, using these metal ones does make it more secure because they can't be broken like those plastic ones. So if anything, if nothing else, it'll make it more difficult for the thieves to steal a little bit. I think these are 10 mils. Get a 10 mil ratchet on it or something. Do we need to put the key in? Yeah, let's put the key in. Yeah. Why is it not going in? Is it because I've put the wires in? There we go. Just getting it lined up. There we go, that pushes through there. And we put the other one in. Yeah, that's going through nicely. So, by rights now, if do I need the clock spring on there to start the car? I don't, do I? Do I? No. Just trying to think, I can't think. No, we don't, do we? So if I connect up the battery, as long as we put that on, I'll never get these things around the right way. Never sure which way around they go. So this should, in theory, start now. Ignition comes on. Let's try it. Oh, that sounds well. Airbag failure, yeah, we know that. Okay. I don't know if it's just because it hadn't been started up for a while. Either that or we got blowing exhaust, one or the other. Stereo? Stereo works. Free CD? No free CD. The battery is knackered. It's not taking a charge and it won't repair, so I've got to order a new battery today. I've still got that temporary small battery in there, which has still got charge in it. I haven't tried to start the car, but it's certainly enough to light the lights up and so on, and it was enough to start it the other day. So I just need to finish off this. I need to tighten those up so the shear bolts break off. And then we're going to put it all back together. I do need to do that as well. I need to loosen those bolts and see if we can push that up. I'm going to try and do that now before I put it all back together. It's just basically there's just two torque screws under here, one this side and one that side. It's not held on at the top as such. It sort of just pushes in, and they've obviously done that when they've prized off the or where they've broken the old ignition. I've had that bit. I think I had that on the old bath, and it was the last old bath, the red one, and it was a bit like that. Yeah, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to disconnect the battery, obviously, put it all back together, get the steering wheel all back on and everything, and then yeah, and then we'll be good to actually move it. I think because I want to really, I'd like to stick it out on the road because I've got some other things to do down the driveway tomorrow. So let's get that done. We'll come back once it's done. It won't take long, and hopefully then we'll be able to start it up still and as I say, move it around. We are going to continue today. There was an issue that I wasn't aware of when I did the walk around video, and I've only really become aware of it once I've got the car started. There is a vibration coming from the engine when the engine's running. Runs fine, drives fine. There is a vibration, and I think I know what it is, but I don't know how it's happened. Possibly down to Copart. Right, there it is, all clean. I've not gone overboard with the first clean. This first clean is always just a snow foam, and then rub the snow foam all over it and then rinse it off with a jet wash, which is exactly what I've done. So the wheels aren't clean properly, they're just jetted, but it's looking lovely. I've got all those sticky stuff off, took some doing, but I've got it off, and yeah, looking like a new car virtually. Wheels are in really good condition. Yeah, I'm glad you agree. See, the birds agree as well. I need to show you what the issue is that I found, but I need to get these Peter Vardy stickers off in our baits, so that gives me somewhere to call for service history, as does Peter Vardy. I don't know if that, no, don't know what that is. That's not a dealer, is it? Some sort of reference number. Shut up, bird. Obviously we need to do that. Most of that will come out, the rest of it will be touched up, but cut and polish that bit as needs be. Oh, hang on. Oh no, we do have some bodywork damage. Look, that was hidden by dirt. That's going to have to have some rub down and filler on that. I reckon that's already had filler. Yeah, I think that's already had filler there. Oh, that's a shame. It was obviously done when that was done. Never spotted that. Damn it. Oh well, it's only a little bit, isn't it? That won't take much doing. Luckily I've got the paint in all three shades for this car. Don't know which one this is going to be. So a bit of a swipe on there. Yeah, that's going to need cutting and polishing as well. Potentially a little bit of paint, didn't spot that before. It's amazing what dirt can hide. So the things we know about, which I didn't know about when I bought it, was that mark there, not mark, the sill being pushed in there, and that little bit down there. Now, I thought, well, maybe that was done by Copart, but there's something else which is worse, not bodywork, that is potentially done by Copart. So, what is it that I've discovered, you ask? Let me show you. So, if you look here, so there's no deformation to the front panel whatsoever. It's all good. We've got a temporary battery in there, as you know. I have bought a new battery. Just haven't bothered putting it in yet. This is all good. No deformation to that whatsoever. No headlight tabs broken, they're all okay. Everything's good. But as I said, we have a vibration on the engine when you start the car. Let me just, and I think I know what the reason for that is, which I believe may have been done by Copart, but I could be wrong. But so I'm going to just stick you up on the tripod for a minute, and we'll get you close to the engine, and I'll start the engine, and then I'm going to take the microphone off and put it on the camera so it's sort of facing the engine. Listen to the noise. Can you hear that vibration? Runs all right. Let me just give it a rev. So it almost sounds as if, I don't know. Yeah, there's something vibrating, isn't there? But I'll turn the engine off and I'll show you what I found, and hopefully it's something to do with that, and I need to look further into it as well. So let me just turn the engine off and we'll come straight back. Okay, right, we need to get the torch down there really, but first thing you can see is the pipe of the radiator is touching the battery tray, and so's this cable. So that, and as you can, if you look down there, I don't know if you can tell, that is quite close. The cowling of the fan is not touching that heat shield, but it's very close to it, very close to it. And as you come along, if you can make this out, as you come along, the cowling is, so it's sort of, rather than it being like that, it's like that. As you come along, it sticks out further and further and further. So something has hit somewhere, but not pushed the front panel. The front panel is in the right position. It seems to be the radiator has been pushed back. But why and how? Right, as I understand it, this new Speedo, which is out of a 2016 car, so that's going to be out of a facelift. It's actually dated 2015 on the label, but I believe it's out of a facelift car. Now, I think, and I asked Alex at Car Salvage 101, who does sell Speedos, whether he thinks it would work okay, and I think he has done one before from a facelift to a pre-facelift. The difference being it's not a TFT one, it's the TFT ones, when people try and swap those out and they've got a pre-facelift car and they try and put a facelift one in it, that's where it doesn't work. But the standard one should be okay. So I've got a new clock spring. I can't remember if I told you or not, but those little tabs there with the screw things on, they were snapped off on the old one, so I could have glued them on, but I don't know how permanent they're going to be, so I thought, you know what, I won't throw the thing away, I'll keep it, but I can't even remember how much I paid for that, not very much. That I've repaired, so that should be alright. So I suppose I ought to get that Speedo in Sharpish just to make sure there's no errors on there, because I don't actually even think I told you, I didn't show you. What I will do now, I will come out tonight, or shall I, because just thinking about it, I want to do it today to check it. No, I won't show you. I'll show you another time on another car. But there were loads of flashing lights and dim lights when the ignition's on. I might be able to show you some of it. I'll insert it after this little clip if I can show you even in the daylight before I actually change it. But I want to put that in today just in case there is an issue with it, so I can send it back. But what I'm going to do now I've hoovered that boot out and got, did you notice all those dog toys I've got? They're all brand new, look at them. I'll keep those, I haven't got a dog. But I'm sure there's people I can give them to. We need to try and figure out what the hell is going on under here, as I showed you yesterday. And the bumper's got well, it didn't necessarily have to come off, because I could have put those the whiskers and that on without taking it off, but obviously it's better if you do. So I will do those at the same time. Didn't want to have to take the bumper off, didn't see it was necessary, but because of course we got that issue, I'm hoping it's just the radiator has been pushed off of its mounts. Let's hope. We will know when we get it out, so I will stick you up on time lapse, we'll get this bumper off, and then we'll come back and have a little investigation and see what we can find out. Fingers crossed. Well. Now, what I don't understand, there's no phone piece on there either. What I don't understand is, look. So it's been pushed out of that. That is not even broken. How the hell? That's not broken. But something's hit that up in the air, but not that one, and not down there, which is sort of good news. I mean, but there's that bumper, I swear, that bumper has never been off. That was an absolute nightmare to get off. Several screws I couldn't get undone. The nut here, but on the other side, I had to cut off. And I'm going to have to put a new riv nut back in. How the hell has that got like that without damaging that bumper? Let's go and have a look at the underside of the bumper, or the inside of the bumper. So that's sort of... no mark. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Unless it was done a long time ago. It's really weird. Could that have been... No, that can't have been done by Copart. They might have caught the bottom one, but not the top one. That is absolutely bizarre. Just noticed that is touching the condenser. Don't think it's damaged it. Obviously I haven't tried the condenser yet, I haven't tried the aircon, but it's right close onto that bolt, so I can't get a spanner or socket on that bolt, so I'm going to have to try and jemmy it out if I can. If I can't jemmy it out, what I'll do is I'll undo that end and then try and lever it out. Yeah, right, let's give that a try. Right, as you can see, I've bent it out that way. When I undone that went bong, bang, popped off where it was under tension. I can't believe no one has changed that. It's just shocking that someone has repaired a car and not done that. Absolutely shocking. But that's cleared it enough for me to get a socket on it by twisting it round. Funnily enough, those holes are not lined up where you would really expect them to be lined up, but we know it's all okay. So I don't know what the hell's been going on here. Very odd. Right, let's get the impact gun on that and get that last bolt off. Hopefully that should come out okay. Right, that was a job and a half. I had to use just a socket on there. So before I put that on, what I'm going to do is, if I can find my 10mm socket, which now seems to have disappeared, there it is. I'm going to undo that. I think they're 10mm. Rusty as hell. God. That's not punctured there. I don't know if you can see that. That's just where dirt's gathered. So that has been like that for some time. That is not punctured, just a little bit dented. So it's not broken. So there's absolutely no need whatsoever to replace this. I could drill that out, but what I'm hoping is it will just, I might just be able to release one of them. Let's try. Difficult to see. Let's get me torch. No, there's no way. There's no way on earth I'm getting that undone. Right, okay. We'll drill the rivets out then. Right, let's do that. I'll just drill those out and we'll be back, and then we can re-rivet them back in again. We'll get this on, and then I think we can probably, well, what we'll do is start it up and make sure that was what it was that was causing the vibration. Fingers crossed. So I'll be back in a minute once I've got these bolts on, and I will be putting grease on every bolt. My mobile mechanic always says to me, I always know when I'm working on one of your cars, because the bolts on the bumper, any bolts I have to take out are always greased up. He said no one else does that. He said it's nice that you take the time and the effort to do that. So I think it's good practice, and it's just being friendly to any mechanic that comes up against any of these bolts before, especially the ones in the top panel, because they're the ones that, you know, they always chance snapping those off. So let's get me copper grease, and then we'll get this on. Right, that's on. Guess we need to start it up now, don't we, and hope that vibration has gone away. I'm quietly confident that that's what it was. Only time will tell. Let's try it. Right, ready? Make sure we're not in gear as we're up on an axle stand. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's better. I'll tell you what I have found out as well, it's got a new sump, which I noticed when I was underneath. I think that's that right, anyway. You know what it does sound a little bit like? That it's got a blowing exhaust. I will have to check that. I'll get it up on ramps actually in a bit, once I've got it back down on its wheels, just to make sure. Let me just give it some revs. No, I think it's all right. There's no vibration now. I don't know if it just sounds a little bit too loud, maybe? I don't know. Maybe it's my imagination. You won't get an accurate representation through the camera anyway, but certainly stopped the vibration. That's clearly what it was. Oh, I'm pleased about that. Right, I'm going to fix those bits. I'm going to put a new whisker on the bumper. Fix that, and then we'll get the bumper back on. Yeah, bumper's back on. Haven't done any of the bolts up yet. Just slipped it into the sides, which is all good, and just put them in temporarily. Not temporarily, but just loosely at the top. So I need to do all that up, and then get the wheel back on. And then we can move back on to the inside and get that speedo changed. So yeah, that was a job that I didn't expect to have to do, but it's done now, and it wasn't too much grief. It's my bread and butter stuff, isn't it, really, doing that? Despite those horrible bolts that were snapping and what have you. Yeah. Right, okay, let's I'll get all the bolts done up, then we'll move on to the inside again and see if we can get that speedo in, and hopefully it will be error-free. We are actually going to leave this one here now because the video is getting a bit long. We've got quite a few bits to do still. I think I've identified where that noise is coming from. I'll show you in the next video. Already ordered the part, so I think you can probably guess. But I'm going to leave it here. Join me in the next one. So don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel. It is free. There was questions someone said, I didn't realise it was free to subscribe. There are no charges. All you do is hit the button. You don't pay anything. There is nothing to pay. If you didn't realise that, that's what I've told you. So, yeah, hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up. Hello plane, wherever you're going. Thanks for watching, as always. Until the next one, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you very soon, especially if you're on that plane.